The Act of Union came into effect on the 1st of May, 1707, uniting the Kingdom of England including Wales and the Kingdom of Scotland to create the Kingdom of Great Britain. This was the result of several complex political, economic and strategic factors, but started with an initial union of a shared monarchy when Queen Elizabeth I of England and Ireland died with no heir. This resulted in King James VI of Scotland also becoming King James I of England and Ireland on the 24th of March, 1603. The shared monarchy continued on, and in the last decade of the 17th century, Scotland went through a widespread and prolonged famine in what is now known as the 7 ill or lean years, named after the biblical famine in Egypt predicted by Joseph in the book of Genesis. This coincided with the Darien scheme, which was an ambitious colonial venture undertaken by Scotland in the late 17th century. It involved the establishment of a Scottish colony in the Isthmus of Panama, specifically in the region of Darien, now part of present-day Panama. While in the grip of the famine, the Darien scheme was driven by economic and trade ambitions to reduce Scotland's high level of debt and increase their access to international trade. The Scottish saw the establishment of a colony in Darien as a way to create a trading outpost that would allow them to bypass English and European trade monopolies and access lucrative markets in Asia and the Pacific. The Scottish government, led by William Paterson, an entrepreneur and co-founder of the Bank of England, proposed the idea of the Darien scheme. The scheme received support and investment from across Scotland, with the nobility, merchants and even moderately wealthy investing. The final amount was estimated to be as much as half of Scotland's total capital being committed. In 1698, the first expedition of around 1,200 Scottish colonists set sail for Darien. However, the venture faced numerous challenges from the start. The site chosen for the colony was unsuitable for settlement, with inhospitable terrain and a hostile climate. The colonists struggled to adapt to the harsh conditions and faced shortages of food and supplies. Additionally, the Darien colony was located in a strategic area that was contested by both Spain and England. Both of these European powers saw the Scottish venture as a threat to their own colonial interests in the region. However, while England observed Scotland and their ambitious plan, Spain viewed the colony as an encroachment on their territory and launched military attacks on the Scots. The combination of geographical challenges, lack of support from other European nations and military opposition from Spain led to the failure of the Darien scheme. The colony faced significant hardships and disease took a heavy toll on the settlers. By 1700, the survivors of the ill-fated expedition were forced to abandon the colony and return to Scotland. The failure of the Darien scheme had devastating consequences for Scotland. The financial losses were significant, and it further strained Scotland's economy. In the aftermath of the failed venture, Scotland's independence was threatened and England saw an opportunity to put an end to a centuries-old hostility. English money was sent to the individuals who could tip the decision in favour of dissolving the Scottish Parliament, to merge with the Parliament in England. This would provide an opportunity for those in Scotland, who had lost vast portions of their wealth in the Darien scheme, to gain access to the same international trade and power which England benefited from, allowing them to regain the wealth which they had lost. This culminated with the Scottish Privy Council voting to formally dissolve the Scottish Parliament on the 28th of April, 1707. This led to the negotiations and eventual Act of Union in 1707, merging the Parliaments of Scotland with England and Wales to form the Kingdom of Great Britain. Even though the Scottish and English saw it as a necessary union, most of Scotland and England were unhappy with it. In a deliberate expression of ambivalence, when the Act of Union came into force on the 1st of May, 1707, the carillon of bells, in St. Giles' Cathedral of Edinburgh rang out the song, "Why should I be so sad, on my wedding day?"